Hi, myself Adi Narayanan. Today we are going to discuss about parameter and how to pass parameter from one method to another method within the class or from one class to another class. So during our session 3, during our session 3, we discussed about how to call a method from one class to other class and during session 2 I think so we learned how to call method within a same class. Within a same class you no need to create an object called the method. Within a same class you can call by creating an object for that class and you can call the method, or just you simply mention the method name with a default parameter with empty parameter, so it will call. Say for example yesterday method call, where is method call, customer post, right? These are the two classes that we wrote yesterday. This is a post class. There is no main method here, so you cannot run this method. Sorry, you cannot run this class. You may not be able to run this class. So this class contains, see where it you are starting. This is the starting point, right? Your class starts here, your staff class here, and your class ends here, where here your class ends here. Your class starts here and your class ends here, and you have two methods. These are the two methods, and so when you call this method, just whatever the instruction you are going to write here or here, then that gets executed. That's all. Once the method ends, so here whatever the instruction here or whatever the instruction here that you are going to write within this method, that's going to execute. So class and two methods are here. A class can have n number of methods. So we also discussed why we need a different method, why we need different class. You can build the entire application. Facebook is one web application. Google is one web application. Amazon is one web application. So since it is a web application, we could be able to assess the application by using browser www.google.com, www.facebook.com, www.amazon.com. You might have gone through a number of applications, web applications. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so this is the class, and this is the class starting here, and it is ending here, and it is ending here. And you have two methods. Write something here also. Upload method called. Okay. Okay. So this does not have any main method, so you cannot run this one. Say right click, run as. You are not getting Java application. So you may not be able to run this method since run this class, because this class does not contain a main method. So whereas this class, see how many methods are there in this customer management. Register customer is one method. Edit customer, see here, edit customer. This is one method, and it is starting here. So it is starting here and it is ending there. So whatever I choose here. See, it has another one method called main. Main with the string argument. That's very important. String argument. See, this is data type. This is data type, and this is variable. Integer, principal. The same way we are declaring a variable. We are declaring a variable. This can variable, and this is data type. Okay, this is a method signature, right? Method name. Public static void. So I will let you know what is this one. As of now, just forget this one. I will let you know what is this one. So public static void main is a method, and it has a one argument. We can call it as an argument or parameter, one and the same. So what is the argument? We are sending an string array. What is the argument? If I say what is the argument that you are sending, so that your method parameter, either parameter or argument on the same. What is the argument of your method? Main method, string array. String array. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about parameter or argument, one and the same. So one and the same. Probably you will get all these things. Once we go towards end of our Java training in another 8 or 9 sessions, you will get all the things. If you are not now today you are in fourth session. So you have gone through around 3 sessions. Even if you are not understanding fully, just leave it. Just go ahead. You will get all the things. We will create one entire application for a customer management where we do customer insert, update, delete, search, the entire operation related to customer management. So at that time you will get all the things and no need to worry about. But so in session 3, you should be able to create two class and create object to the other class to which you want to communicate and call one method. That you should do at the end of the session 3. You should be in a position to create two class and create an object to the class to the class where you want to call a method and call that method. That should be the clear. Anyway, I will start with that also, so that even if you are have some doubt with the things in section 3, now you can get it. Okay, now what is our agenda? Our agenda is to learn parameter processing. Parameter processing, this is one we saw last, and this one we saw session 2. This session 1, class and method variable. This is method call from same class, method call from other class. This one is parameter process. This one is parameter process. Okay, so what I want to try here is I want to show you this material. This we are now going to do something part HTML part 3. Okay, anyway here parameter processing. Anyway, I will type here. Okay, variables, passing parameter. Okay, parameter, parameter, passing parameter, method, method, what are the arguments there? So normally arguments. Okay, passing parameter, method arguments. Okay, okay, now let's go here and so let us create one class. So the difference between this view, this is a package view, this is navigator view. When you go here in Windows, show view, see here, navigator view, deprecated, nowadays no one using. This is package view. This is this will show in a folder structure, whereas this view will show you in package structure. We will discuss what is package. We are going to start OOPS concept, right? In another 2 or 3 sessions, we are going to start OOPS concept. At the time, I will explain all those things just so you can listen as well. Okay. Now it is in package in folder structure. So this is the project name, and this is the project name, and inside the project we are having folder called bin. We are having folder called src, and inside that a com folder neo bank. See, for example, if you go right click, view properties. So where is it? FWSTRA. When I go here, see this neo iBanking is a project, right? FWS. This is one folder, and in the see here there is one folder called neo iBanking. In that folder bin src. If you click src, then you have com neobank iBanking basics. So you have all the program here. That's the thing. So this is a folder, and in Eclipse we call this as a project. Actually, there's a folder in there is a folder called Neo Banking in here. Just I imported that project into my Eclipse so that it will be easy for us to. We no need to go to the folder and open the program. Whereas our tool, this is a tool, right? Which one? Whatever you are seeing in the screen is an Eclipse tool. Eclipse tool, and you can import that folder into this Eclipse, and I will show you how to import all those things and all, probably in another 2 or 3 sessions. Now just go through whatever I say. So in Windows we call it as a folder, whereas we called here it's a project. That's the difference. So here when you go here, you normally see what is the folder name in trans FSD. So there is a folder called new iBanking. There is a folder. So import this project into this nothing. Right click. Uh, where is import here? Right click. Import. See here import. If you are going to give the folder structure here, general, from file system, browse. If you are going to choose this one and select, it will import. See, the source is in the hierarchy of the destination, already it is there. So that's how you import. So once you import, we call this as a project rather than a folder. And in Windows, we call it as a folder, whereas in Eclipse, we call it as a project. That's it. So now we are in the project called Neo Banking. You know, COM, NO, iBanking, basic. I create different folder in order to manage. Anyway, so all these things I am going to. If you see my mm, training session part one, probably you will get most of the knowledge. I think so it's part one or part of basics for part one. Just a minute. What are the training? Java training. Okay, part one. If you see my, which I didn't upload yet. So if you see my part one video, you will get how to import that Eclipse tool from internet, and unzip, open the Eclipse, and create a new project, and create folder, create package, all you will get. So in Java training part one, which I will upload it very soon. First, you need to see that Java training part one. But anyway, we started here. Okay, now what is the thing that we are going to see? We are going to see parameter passing and method argument. Parameter passing and method argument. How to pass parameter, meaning how to pass value. Anyway, we see one by one. Parameter in the sense, now before we saw. Okay, okay, anyway. Uh, so if you want to write if you want to write any program, for example, I am just want to write a program to transfer money from one account to another account, from one account to another account. Write a program or write a program, so which should have one method which should accept username, sorry, bank account, my bank account, my friend bank account, and the amount, and write in instructions to transfer money, and show me the current balance. If someone tells like that, then you are going to do what I am going to tell now. So first we will learn what is parameter processing. Okay. Anyway, we will create one class. We will create one class. You know how to create a class. Class parameter parameter passing example. So we will, if you choose this one, automatically our tool will create this method, and see here this method is already created. So is it a proper class? Yeah, it's a proper class. It has a class name, modifier. Contains a class keyword, modifier, parameter passing. This is a class name, and you have one method. A method name is main method. We can run this class only when your class contains a main method with argument. What is the argument that you should have as per a Java standard? String argument. Okay, this is, we call this is an argument. We call this is an argument. So this is argument in the sense, uh, so a variable and a data type. So if you say argument, you should contain both variable and data type. So if you say argument, So if you go to any site, you will get all these things. If I say we call this as an argument, 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 it should 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 contain 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 data data type and variable variable name name variable name. So what is data type here? String array. Array is a data type. Integer is a data type. Double is a data type. If you want to store whole number, then make your data type as integer. If you want to store character, make your data type as string string, which you will see now. If you want to store a decimal number, then make it as a float, float, float or double. Float is one data type, double, double is one data type. Okay. So now you know, if I say argument, now you should know argument is nothing but contains a variable name, any name. Variable should be meaningful, ARGS. This is data type. This is data type, and if you go to Google and type, if you go to Google and type Google Java data type, Java data type. What kind of value that I am going to store into that variable? See data type. What are the data type available? There are many data types available. Java data type, you can go to W3 point, Java T point. So this is not the only four. There are more things are available. So first we will see in W3 school what are all the data types available here. See here, byte, short, integer. We use integer, long, float, double, boolean, char. These are 8 primitive data types in Java. We are going to see all these things. No need to bother about that one. Just I'm going to see 1 byte, 2 byte, 4 byte, 8 byte. I'll explain all these things. I'll explain all this. So these are all the data types. These are all the data types. Then what are the other data types available? Go below. Floating point. See here, floating point. What is floating point? I already told you. Double and float. See, you should use the floating point whenever you need a number or a decimal such as 9.99, 3.10. Then you need this one, float, 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 a double. See what is the difference between float and double. All the things you are going to see, just no need to bother about. So whatever I'm going to explain after you see all my videos, if you go to this tutorial and read line by line, you will get all the information. You no need to worry about that. As of now, if you see here, it contains all the things. Java method, Java classes, description about that. We will explain. I will explain you all these things. I'll explain you all these things. Even if you're either you can use W3 School, there are a number of sites available. Java T Point is one of the good one. Also, you can go and see Java T Point and see data type, primitive data type, non-primitive data type. If I say what is data type, if you see what is data type, your in Java primitive data type. Okay, see here what are the data. These are all the proper data types available. This is in Java T Point site. Data type primitive, non-primitive, non-primitive string array. We also see string array. We saw string array. Okay, numeric character. Anyway, I'm going to explain all those things. Now you may not be able to know all these things. So boolean, under boolean, character, character, integer, you byte is short, int long, integral, floating point, float and double, and you have the explanation here, and boolean, all the explanation are here. You can go and see one by one. Okay, now you know what is an argument. What is an argument? Argument is nothing about a variable name and data type. Okay, declare a variable. If I say declare a declare a variable int I and int anything, int double anything, float, one name. What is the name? num1, num1, num1. Okay, now it's a proper. I declared one variable. So then what is the difference between variable and argument? If you declare here, we call it as argument. Here you call it as variable. That's it. When you declare inside a method, just tell that as an argument. That's it. Nothing other than that. Okay, int num1 and num2. I declared two variables. I declare two. What is the value of this num1? As of now, default. You didn't assign any variable. Wholly assigned variable equal to 67. This is how. Now, what is the value of num1? 67. Value of num1. So, is this what is this one? We can call it as a variable or variable name. Variable. We call it as a variable. Okay, we call it as a variable. What is the default value for integer is 0. Go and type what is the all data type have default value. Default value is 0. If you are not giving any value, then the default value is 0 for integer. And for string, null. So go on to Google and type what are the default value for data type, then you will get a lot of documents just to go through. That's all very important. So this is how you should be able to learn. And as you are a graduate like the ME, BSc, MCA, MSc, you should not expect spoon feeding. So if anyone of that category, you will not be able to be a successful person. You are going to ask each and everything. You should put a lot of effort, try to understand on your own. Go to Google and type the things whatever you want. Google will give you all the answers. But you need one mentor like me to kickstart and to build an application so that you will have the confidence. So I am helping you to build one application by using all the technology and with some minimum information. I give enough information. I call it as minimum information. So if you are going to follow all the technology which we are going to lead like HTML, CSS, SQL, Java, Bootstrap, JSP, Servlet, Hibernate, Spring, Docker, Kubernetes, you will be a perfect programmer of having around 2 years of experience. So which you go through all my videos, which I am going to upload for all the things. You will be a very good programmer at the end of the training, as long as if you are going to put a lot of effort, having self-learning capability. If you are going to ask each and everything someone, you are not the right person then to be a good programmer. So self-learning attitude, commitment is very important. So no one will hire you if they see that there is no self-learning or a commitment. So some people will come at 9 o'clock and they will go at 6 o'clock. Just they look into their watch and look for when it is reaching 6 p.m. and they leave. Those people know they will not be a successful person. So you need to have the commitment, dedication, interest. So that is called attitude. Most of the time, you will be rejected as long as if you don't have an attitude, even if you have an intelligence. I don't want to hire anyone who don't have an attitude, even if he's going to be a intelligent of 100% intelligent. I don't want him. As long as if you don't have a right attitude, commitment, he will not be a successful person in his life. Anyway, so that's very important. In an interview, they look for this. Most of the people are not interested to learn. Only they need job. So I don't know how they will survive. They cannot survive after 2 years, 3 years. Most people will 6 months. They leave the industry and they go and work for some other industry which is not technical industry. If you want to be technically competent, then you should have a lot of interest in learning new things. Okay, now we call it as an argument. So like I write one method. Say for example, here add number, add something, add num something. Okay, so I'm going to write a logic. I am going to write a logic. Say for example, create a two argument because we are going to send a two value to this method. So create two argument. So what is the data? What is the argument? You should have data type and variable name. So data type int, same any name to be meaningful. Nu okay, mark mark one and comma. So you can have n number of parameters. That is argument. Parameter or argument are one the same. Parameter argument. So int. So what is the second? Mark 3 something. Okay. Add both the mark. How will you add both the mark? You know what are all the operators available. If you go to Google and if you go to Google, type operators. If you see here, what are all the OOPS concept controls? This is Java T point. This is Java T point. See operators. When you click this operators, so what are the operators available in Java? The arithmetic operator, So arithmetic operator, shift operator, unary operator, logical, bitwise. There are a lot of operator. Mainly we use arithmetic operator. Plus, see here, plus. These are all operators available. And urinary operator, arithmetic operator. See here, plus, minus, all those things are available here. Just if you go there, okay. Arithmetic operator. This one is multiplication, division, and this is to find module, addition, plus, minus, and shift operator. You don't learn this one. So this is very important, and this is very important. No, other things are not important. So arithmetic operator, relational operator, even relational operator, and come down, logical operator, which is very important. Assignment, little bit. No need to discuss about bitwise. This and all, not this and all. This also sometime we use plus plus urinary operator. Shift, no need, and so bitwise also not necessary. Other things you can learn. So these are all the operators available. If you see this one, we are using operator. Use the operator. What are the operator to add plus? Right, plus, right. Mark 1. What is this one will hold the value, right? This one will hold the value that we are going to pass. We are going to pass mark 1. Control V. Mark 2. So where you are going to, once this is mark 1, mark 2 as a store it in some variable, int tot total something, right? Control S. So what is the problem here? This method is wrong. Void. Now what is the problem here? Mark 2. There is no variable called mark 2. Here argument or a parameter. There is no parameter called mark 2. Only mark 3 is there. See mark 3. Control S. How will you display? SYSTEM system dot poet out dot PRINTLN println system dot out dot println. This is just to print the value. So what the TOT control S. So now now okay, this is variable and we are not going to use variable. Okay. Okay. Now we wrote one method. And this is return type. As of now, leave it. You may not be able to understand now. I will explain after some time. This is method name. This method contains two arguments. This is one argument and another one. This is one argument. Two parameter, or you can say this is one first parameter and this is second parameter. This is second parameter. So what is the parameter type and what is the parameter name? Parameter type is integer and the name is MERK1. Argument, if you say at argument type is integer and the argument name is mark1. Parameter name, argument name, one the same. Okay. Okay. So now you wrote one method which contains two arguments. Main method, how many argument does the main method has? By default, only one argument. What is the argument name? ARGS, any name. This one is type, array type, data type. You saw right data type in Java T.IDM school data type. So now how to call this method? See, from a static, this is we call this a static method because we made static keyword. This is also a method. This is also a method. This is also a method. But we call this as a static method. So we call it because it contains static keyword. From a static method, you cannot call a non-static method. If you want to call from a static method, you can call only, say for example, control C, control V. So you are getting error. Why? It has two arguments. So you need to pass mark 1, something 23 or 78, comma 92. So now I wrote this method name. I want to call this method. So I mentioned the method name. Then before that in the first section without parameter we called. Now this method contains two parameter, right? Now this method contains two parameters. So add two parameter 78 and 92. Pass this parameter to here too. So here also separated by comma, but still you are getting error. Why? This is the right one, but since this is a static method, if I remove static, the error will go away. See, now error went. From a static method, you can call only static method. This is non-static method, and this is non. Now this is non-static, and this is also non-static. If I add static here, sorry, static static here. Now this method is static method. This is non-static method. From a static method, it's a non-static method. From a static method, you can call only static method. If you make static here, public static static, see here, error went, error went. If I remove this one, we are getting error. See what is the error? Cannot make a static reference to a non-static method. So that's the problem. Okay. Okay. Let me take as of now static static. Okay. Okay. Now error went. If I run, what will happen? This. So if I run this program, there is a main method with argument. Now you can understand what is the argument. Okay. Okay. So now this one, this method will get run, and this will call here, and it will go here, and it will go here, and finally the method ends. The control will come to next line. Control C, control V. END, ING, ending. Okay. So now when I run this program, the call will go here, starting something you can make here also. All this method contains, this main method now contains three instructions. One, instruction two, instruction. This program or this class contains method like add, num, main method, and this method contains three instructions. So think of like that. So if I run, what will happen? This will run. Then this, when this run, your control will go here, and whatever the value that you are passing, 78 and 92 will be copied to 78 will be copied to here, and 92 is will be copied to here parameter. So we come all right. Then here already I told you. So on the right hand side of this equal to will get executed first. First this will get executed. So equal to sign. So equal to sign, right. So right hand side to this equal to sign will get first coded, and the value will be assigned to the left hand side. Always any operator, right hand side will get executed first. Okay, now and it will calculate both the mark 92, 78, 6, 170. Then it will print, then end. Then it will, our control will come to next line. After this method, control will come line and print ending. So shall I run this program? So this is the program, and this is our entire program. So your class starts here, and your class ends here. This method starts here, and this method ends here, right? And this method, main method, starts here, and main method ends here. When I call this one, when I run this program, so run Java application. See your program run and see the output. See the output. See the ending. Ending. Why ending? Ending. Okay, this should be start something ST A or something. So, okay. So when I run this here also, you can use this also to run. Okay, just activate the class here, and if you click this one, it will run. Or right click and run is the right way. Right click and run is the right way. Run it. Okay, if I run, what is the output? I am getting start because your main method. So this method will not be called by JVM. You can run a class which contains main method. can run a class which contains the main method. Okay, now it's recording. Okay, so the main method, this starts. So okay, this output you got, then this control calls here, and then it comes here, then it comes here. Your method got end, then from here you called. So your control will come to next line and run this one. And if you have some other line here, some other line here, some other line here, that also will got run. Control S, that also will get run. And finally your program will end, your JVM will end completion of running when it reaches the end of main method, not end of class, not end of class. This is the class in not end. Your method finished running, meaning if it reaches the end of the main method. So successfully, success, S, U, C, C, S, S, F, U, they are very important. So control S. When I run this one, you should be very clear on that. Here, you got right. So, okay. So if it is a now you know how to run this program and how does it work. Since it is a static, so we won't create static method of one. Most probably we'll create non-static method. Now this is called a non-static method because we removed static keyword here. From a static method, you cannot call a non-static method. From a static method, here it is highlighted as a static method. From here, you cannot call a non-static method. So if you want to call a non-static method, then you can create an object and call. Then it will work. Create an object for this class. Control V. Already we discovered what is object. Anyway, I will explain in next session also. Is it right? Any name. Give any name. But to be meaningful, OBJ, to be meaningful, give a proper thing as of now. So now when you want to call a method, use object OB. Object is nothing but a memory area that contains all the variables and methods of a class. An object is nothing but that contains all the methods in this class, all the method in this class, all the method in this class, and all the variables in this class will be part of your object. So when you create object, your class is a blueprint, and you can create n number of objects. Say for example, I can create 2 objects for a class. We are going to discuss after this one, but variable. So now we created 2 objects for this class, which will have different copies of the same class. Meaning this object also will have all the methods and variables declared inside this class, and this object will also have all the variables and method constructor whatever you are going to be in this class. So as of now we are not discussing about that. Probably try to understand this one. Okay, now we'll go step by step. Okay, now I'm not confusing you. We created 2 method, and so now if I create another one method, control V, mul, this one star multiply. If I make static, then I can call this method without creating object. Same thing, all the things are same, only here I added multiplication mark instead of addition. This also have 2 parameters or 2 arguments, and I am printing the total anything, sum or total whatever you want to. Here this is scope. Here also you have total variable, here also, but the scope of this one declaration is only known to the scope of this declaration is only known to this method. Local variable, when I declare a variable here, then it is a global variable. You will come to know. Int int num. Now we call this variable as global variable because all method can use this variable. Whereas when you declare a variable inside your method, we call it as local variable. This variable only known to this one. This one. So make some difference, make it as some, Make it as sum. You will all get about all these things. What is local variable? What is global variable in coming training sessions? Okay, now this is we call this as a non-static method because it does not have static keyword. This method is called a static keyword. So from a static method, you can call a non-static method without object, without creating object. You can call 10 comma 3. We are passing two params. See, no error. So far as this one is getting error. See here it is getting error because from static method you can call only static method without object. If you want to call non-static method, then you need to add object OB, create object, then use the reference variable there. So you got some minimum idea. Even if it is confusing, leave it as of now. If I run, what will happen? Control C. If I run, Control V, MULTI, multi started. Okay, multi enter something. No, this is not right, but anyway, enter E and D, control S. Okay, so if I run, what will happen? First it will be, this instruction will get run, then this object will be created inside object. So this is object creation. New will create an object for this class. And what is the data type? Class name. And this one is variable name, object reference, variable name, object. This is pointing to the object that we create in the RAM. The RAM and a memory area will be created. In that memory area, all method and variables will be there. So that's how we have to think as of now. So for more detail, we'll discuss after some time. Okay, now if I run, then this method is called, then it goes here, then goes here, then this method is called. Okay, let me run this one. Run Java application. Okay, now you know how to pass parameter. See here, started 170, multi started 30, 30. So I think so. Now you got to some extent about. So this is the class, right? This is the class. This class contains one variable. We are not using this variable. Just we declared that's all. Okay, we are not using this variable. This is one method, and this is one method, and this class contains two variable and three methods. So where is your class ending? Here your class is ending. Now you know how to call a method. You got some idea, right? How to call a method with parameter. How to create a method with parameter or argument one and the same. How to call a method with parameter or argument. Call that method. This is how we tell in real world. So create a method with two parameter with this two data type. Create a method with two parameter. Okay, call that method with two parameter. Call that method with two parameter. That's how in industry we tell. Okay, create a class and create a method. That method should have three argument or three parameter and data type. This should be, and this is the logic. So you should be able to do that one. You should be able to do that one. Okay, next, after this session, we will start another one session. In that session, I will let you know how to call a method in the other class with parameter. In the other same thing. But anyway, once you complete that, no, you will get some idea in the next session. Okay, now I think so. You got some idea about this one. This is the program. This is the program package. You don't know what is now. Leave it. I'll explain. Okay, this is the class contain class keyword and public, very important, make it public. If you want to run a program, it should be public. If you want to run a program, the modifier should be public, PUB not even default. Control is that. Okay, so we declared one variable and it is one method. So this is return type, this is method name, argument first, argument 1 and argument 2 separated by comma, so this is one instruction and this is one instruction. You can understand, you can understand this, controllers. So even if you go to the site, and see in Java T-Point or W3 School, and if you click object, create hooks, or where is object and class. Anyway, now you no need to read this one. You can read after some time. You go there and object and Java. If you go there, this is how it happens. Anyway, you will be able to understand all these things once I explain the entire thing. Okay. Okay. Thanks for your time, and we'll meet in next session. We will meet in next session.